he's really good at communicating. I love that.
Well, you guys had an extremely successful first week, 2-0 in the first week of the NALCS. For those people who are not fully sold on 100 Thieves yet and their strength, what would you have to say to them?
We're coming for you.
Thank you so much for this interview, and we're throwing it back to our guys at the desk.
During the off season, originally I just wanted to stay with my old teammates. I was originally gonna play for Team Liquid until they told me that they got double lift, so I had to find a new team after that. If I ended up being on Team Liquid, I guess I'll still have my former teammates that I played on Immortals for a year. So, it would have felt like a bit more maybe at home. But I think playing in 100 Thieves with brand new players and, these players with different experiences, they have a lot more to teach me. So I think I made the right choice.
It's a hard time to be a pro athlete, man. Not just esports guys are struggling with this, but if you play in the NBA or the NFL or anything else. So everyone's trying to figure out ways to kind of have guys be more resilient or to help them create their own process in dealing with social media. Now, here's the hard part about esports guys. They all have hobbies that have to do with the internet.
I think so far, my community perception is not that great. I guess mostly because of my failed play at Worlds.
Brendan's gonna come in and Brock's gonna get the kill credit on that one. And the flash bar goes in. Oh, the insect but betrays his teammate. And it's gonna be the ace for Fnatic. Cody's son loses his mind by flashing into an entire team at the end.
Like, I don't blame them because, I made that misplay at pretty much the most important tournament of the year. I still have a long ways to go, and I think even though that misplay stood out as such a sore thumb, I guess, for me, it actually did help me improve a lot. In the end, it was a good experience.
I hope they see me as a good player. When I first came in, people considered me like the best North American player of all time. When I wasn't doing well, people were saying I'm the worst player of all time. It's hard to say, what I want my lasting legacy to be. I try my best to be a good jungler, and I try to be a good teammate too, so that's kind of what I focus on.
So this is seemingly a picture of an iceberg or a glacier or something. But if you see the full picture, you see it's totally not what we thought it was. So the point is, this is kind of how we ought to look at social media. In social media, they see a third of the picture from the outside, and they speak about it as if they see the whole picture. The less info that people have about us from the outside, the less accurate their judgment could possibly be. If you're looking for what someone says about you and you find an opinion about you online, those words can influence your psyche in the slightest ways. So let's try to surround ourselves with the positive messages, the right messages, and let's try to not look at the inaccurate opinions that might get in our heads the wrong way.
This is Q. Spells 4, 5, 6.
Don't you miss this Q again?
Wait, there's another one.
No, guys, you guys have to watch all this stuff.
Oh,
It's over. It's fucking over.
whichever team goes inside always loses. Don't go inside.
Stay together, right? Focus on us, handle our business. Hands in, let's do a cheer.
I am a thief.
100 on 3, 1, 2, 3, 100!
Absolutely. I don't think this is a game where you want to go slow versus TL. I don't think you want to sit in lane. TL is great moving around the map as well, but you just need to make better early plays, get the advantage, and then keep driving it home. But like I said, I picked TL to win this game.
I was going to say, is it fair to say that even though both these teams are 2-0, people are looking at Team Liquid as a heavy favorite?
Yeah.
Right now it is. 100 Thieves had a great week one with the 2-0 game. It will be a spectacular opening if they win this one.
I wanted to beat Ole really badly because, I'm really close friends with him, and I felt that, if I'm able to beat him, maybe he could see that I have my strengths just as, you know, I have my flaws.
Down. The slow. And then one more hit. Hyper's gonna have to connect once again. Crimson Rush just about to come up. That would keep Impact alive. Someday just under the turn. Oh, he gets him as it comes out. Perfect timing. There is a Nexus turret being attacked by Ryu right now as they 4v5. Team Liquid in front of the Baron Pit. Aframoon goes down before he gets the heal.
Now pulled out their goatee and slides in, flashes, delivers Cody, who uses the hourglass, and I believe had flashed at that point.
Ryu to do quite a bit of damage. This guy now, 2 inhibitor turrets to his name in his push prowess this game. But the team is starting to lose a bit of ground as that happens. Here a catch though, Onyx Smithy as they take down the middle second tier. Now they're in the base along with all 5 at 37.5 minutes, and Team Liquid need to figure out a way to stop this.
We can end. Slow. They have to go in. Here
Enemy coming. Come back. 2, 1.
You can kite. Yeah, we win this.
Enemy coming.
Exhaust on blood.
Ajiru.
Protect God. Is there in the back? Blood.
J4. Blood.
Yeah, so now.
We got
it. Good job, guys.
Nice. Let's do it.
Good shit.
Like Soupy, guys.
100 Thieves will be at the top of the standings. 3-0 to start off week 2 of the NALCS.
Let's go!
Meeting TL today definitely meant a lot to me because I was supposed to start on that roster. But, you know, I really like my teammates on 100 Thieves, and, you know, I don't regret joining this team or anything. I think this year is my year, and I think I'm going to try to do my best for 100 Thieves and try to make our fans proud.
Hopefully this year is your year, and to wrap up this game, let's hear from our analysts at the desk.
Hey, great interview. That was awesome.
You should try and flash sideways next time.
Hey, let's go, man. Hey, Cody, that was the best interview. Like, great job. That's the most words I've ever heard you talk.
Great game, man.
Fucking awesome.
I just want to say, it's the spring. It's week 2. For you guys to show up on a big time match with that kind of effort from everybody, that talks about the heart of this team. I'm so excited to see you guys as competitors through the whole year. Nice fucking win, boys. We're not done with this weekend. We got one more tomorrow. Nice job.
Nice job, guys.
Oh my god.
And coming to 100 Thieves, now playing with Cody's son. And he's a good kid. Pretty smart about the game. Really funny. And he's very open-minded. And in terms of him being an AD carry, he's very disciplined. Sometimes he has his, moments where he goes to pop off and stuff like that. But in terms of his play style, definitely want to help him be a lot more aggressive and calculated, and know that I have his back. So, I'm always reassuring him he can do this, he can do that. And since he's so open, the kid's gonna do really well in this upcoming season.
Sweet Cody, yeah!
That's us, dude.
That's us.
Working with Aframu, he has a lot more experience being a pro and competing at a really high level. I definitely try my best to learn as much as I can from him, just like how, I learned as much as I can from Ole as well. I definitely want to bring the same amount of honesty and openness to Aframu just as I had in Immortals with Ole. Yeah, with that, we're able to also just try to be on the same page and improve as quickly as we can.
For bot lane synergy, he always waits for me. I wait for him. Hey, man.
What's that for you?
Hey. A big present.
Yeah, he's not his mom.
That girl's your mom?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that the way that we got along on Cloud9 was just pretty organic, just the way our personalities came together. I'd like to get along with teammates. I hope we can be friends. I think mostly we're just going to try to be a really good league team, and I imagine through that we'll sort of bond and become close. Coming into the LCS and instantly having success was definitely a cool thing because, winning's better than losing, but maybe it gave me like a slightly skewed view on the whole scene because like when I first got in, I loved reading social media stuff about myself. Like I'd search my name on the league forums, I'd read Reddit, and everything would like praise me and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, like made me get a big head a bit. You know, when everyone's saying you're so good, you start believing it, etc. Since then, I think I've like become more humble, realized things that matter more, and grown a lot.
All right, lock arms, guys. Link arms. I don't got much to say today, so let's do it fast. Yo, today's not about who's a better team. Today's about who plays better today in one game. So let's bring back the effort that we had yesterday with TL. Stay together and let's kick their asses, huh? Hands in. Let's break it down. 100 on 3. 1, 2, 3. 100! Nice shot, boys.
When I'm walking on stage, usually I'm just focused on the match. I try to think about all the things that I need to do personally in the game. Try to remember like our strategy, make sure I don't make any stupid mistakes or forget some obvious stuff. And then I just try to think like, what's the enemy team gonna do? What champs we wanna play? All that stuff. Just try to remember everything we've been practicing.
Oh, top side, we have Talia. Here comes the dive on a someday, level 6, gonna get himself trapped in the real wrong place. First blood, over to spend the Malthor ult, last on the Licorice, goes on top, they get ult in onto Ryu, gets knocked back in by the Talia, and Licorice grabs the next kill. Those problems, not enough though, dive in the mid lane, in onto METEOS, gonna get flicked back. Zach no passive, sneaky with a kill. 3,000! Oh, Tarek ultimate, they're gonna just try and take it down before anything else happens. Ryu gets suppressed. Multiple targets, Spence Garrett out. Licorice does it onto Ryu, and that's gonna take him down. The ulti follows. The Baron goes to Cloud9. Another death there lands in onto Afro, and Sunday tries to get a kill, but he cannot find it. Yo, Licorice just ults him. They're gonna try and take down the tank. METEOS! Shot down so fast, popped into pieces once more. As well, Sunday's trying to make a play. Licorice dives into Cody, Sun gonna get the 1v1. Licorice popping off, and he takes down the Ezreal. One Nexus turret down. Sunday scoops Jensen into the fountain laser for a very stylish kill, but that's not gonna be enough to hold this storm. C9 gonna ruin the potential undefeated record and tie it up 3-1 as they close out week 2.
Losing definitely doesn't feel good. Yeah, a lot of times it's just like a super defeated feeling. Depends a little bit on the game. Sometimes you're just outmatched and it didn't seem like there was much you could do. Sometimes you threw a huge lead and then it's really upsetting. So I think no matter how you spin it, it's just gonna feel pretty bad to lose.
Great games. A lot of resilience there, I saw. Good shit. Tough game, man, but you guys are fighting. It's cool to see.
TSM and Clutch Gaming.
Shiba.
Nice try. Yeah, other than having absolutely like 1% of plays to do early game, that was good hanging on. We hung on for a lot longer than we should have been able to.
Was that 40 minute game?
That was a long game. I got like 3 Barons?
Yeah. You guys
normally it's like Baron, game over. Second Baron, definitely game over.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah, that's good mad defense.
Good job staying poised and together, guys. I think you guys know that, but it's a great thing. We can't let that go.
I think the biggest goal for me this split is just to stay really focused on myself and improvement and try to not let all the noise around me get to me. Like, regardless if we're doing well or if we're doing poorly, I don't really want to let that like affect my view of myself too much. If we're the best team in LCS winning every single game, I don't want to think too highly of myself, and if we really struggle, then I don't want to think badly of myself. I just want to keep trying to do my best regardless of what's going on.
I think the future of 100 Thieves and me being on the team, I think we definitely have a very bright future ahead of us. I really enjoy the fact that, you know, no one's like letting the games get into our heads or anything like that. I think everyone on the team is very experienced with the whole process. I think as long as we continue to try very hard every single day in practice and be consistent with how we do things, I think we're going to be looking very strong in the future.
With this group of guys, I'm convinced that they're just good people. We were talking about this last night, that they just have good hearts, and their work ethic is unquestioned. Their goals and what they want to achieve, it makes sense that they are where they are, and seeing their process every single week, you understand why they're so successful.
But the other team around there, 100 Thieves, they have been quite impressive, I think. Definitely, you know, was interesting to see them take down TL, but they did suffer their first loss against Cloud9.
That's the weird thing. I bought 100 Thieves stock on Sunday and instantly regretted it. I have them as a playoff team, but like fourth, fifth, like they'll be able to win games against the good teams. They're a threat. I think right now, I actually think a lot of teams are threats.